Thanks for tuning in for my newest video. If you'll indulge me, I'm going to be taking a walk down memory lane and some memorable athletes that I got to work with over the years. Kind of started this summer. I picked up a blaster pack of upper deck golf, just hoping that I would find a card of Sahith Theegala, a prominent golfer, one of the best in the world right now, that I got to work with at Pepperdine. And sure enough, we got a Sahith card in that pack. But not just one Pepperdine golfer that I worked with. There was a second one in that pack as well, or in that box, Danielle Kang on the LPGA Tour. And so that got me thinking, actually, at one point, because I came across at Michael's a frame that where you could display 20 different trading cards. So I thought, well, are there 20 athletes that I worked with that could fill out this frame? And turns out there was. So started figuring out who had cards and who didn't, and set out purchasing them through a few different avenues, and got them all. So I'm just going to share them with you here and talk about a lot of great athletes that I had the pleasure of covering and writing about and promoting over the years. So starts back at USC in the mid to late 90s, and got a chance to work with the baseball team that was very, very good. In fact, won the 1998 national championship, and a whole bunch of guys from that team made it on to the major leagues. And so start with, this is not actually an unboxing video. I've already opened up the packages and sorted the cards and made sure they were all there. So, but I want to show off what I got and what will be in my frame here. First one here, Morgan Ensberg, 2007 Topps Heritage card. Morgan, a third-team All-American in '98 on that national championship team. Very memorable steal of home in the championship game against Arizona State. Morgan went on to play 8 seasons in Major League Baseball, was a 2005 All-Star, was actually 4th in the National League MVP voting that year, hit 110 career home runs. Seth Etherton, this is a 2001 Upper Deck vintage. Seth was the 1998 National Player of the Year, named by the Sporting News, a unanimous first-team All-American in '98. The ace of that national championship staff, was also a 3-time All-American, 2-time Pac-10 Pitcher of the Year. He went on to pitch for parts of 4 seasons with 4 different teams in Major League Baseball. Ron Flores is a 2006 Topps 52. He was a reliever on the '98 national champs. Pitched 3 seasons in MLB as a reliever. Jason Lane is the 2002 Topps Heritage, both a pitcher and outfielder on the '98 champs. Hit a grand slam in the national championship game that really clinched it. Came back and was an All-American in 1999. Played 6 years in Major League Baseball, hit 61 career home runs. Played from 2002 to 2007, then came back as a pitcher in 2014. So just briefly there, made a second act to his career. Eric Munson, this is a 2001 Topps Heritage. Eric was a 3-time All-American, starting catcher for the '98 national champs. Just had the most beautiful swing, was an amazing college hitter. Played parts of 9 seasons in MLB, first 5 with the Detroit Tigers. The most successful major leaguer I got to work with, Barry Zito. Now we're on to the 1999 team. Barry played 1 season there in '99, unanimous All-American, the Pac-10 Pitcher of the Year, and of course a long, great major league career, 15 seasons with Oakland and San Francisco. the 2002 Cy Young Award winner, played in 3 All-Star games, won 165 games in his career, had a couple of great postseason starts when the Giants won the 2012 World Series. Justin Lear, this is a 2004 Fleer Ultra. Came in and pitched one season at USC in 1999 and played parts of 4 seasons in the major leagues. And the last of my baseball major leaguers, Steve Smythe, is the 2001 Topps Heritage, and just pitched the 1 year at USC in 1999 and played 8 games with the Chicago Cubs in 2002. Moving on to soccer at USC, got a chance to work with some really great teams there. This was a card I did not expect to find, but was lucky enough to find this one on eBay. Isabel Harvey. It's a 2001 Sunlight Soccer Canada. Just the first great player in USC's proud soccer history. Program's first All-American, 4-time All-Pac-10, set the career goal-scoring record that stood for more than 20 years, helped lead the team to its first conference title in 1998. And the reason she has a card is because of what she did for Canada. Made 44 appearances for the national team, played in the 1999 World Cup, and the Quebec Soccer Federation named her the region's Athlete of the Century. So that is it for USC. Then I went on to spend one season with the San Jose Earthquakes. It was not a good season. It was, unfortunately, at the time, one of the worst seasons as any team had in that point in MLS. But I got a chance to work with some great guys and some players who went on to do some great things. Joe Cannon, this is a 2008 Upper Deck MLS. He was the starting goalkeeper and had a long career in MLS, 2-time MLS Goalkeeper of the Year. 3 times he was the runner-up, made 2 appearances with the U.S. national team. Jimmy Conrad, this is a 2009 Upper Deck MLS. I wish I could have found a card of him with the Earthquakes, but that was too early. Didn't look like there were any cards at that time. But Jimmy, a 4-time MLS Best 11, the 2005 MLS Defender of the Year, made 27 appearances with the U.S. national team and was part of the 2006 U.S. World Cup squad, and just a media superstar since his retirement. And the last Earthquake card that I collected, this is Richard Mulrooney. It's the 2004 Upper Deck MLS. Richard was a 3-time MLS All-Star, made 14 appearances with the U.S. national team, led the Quakes in assists the year I was there, and I think a lot of years. Next job I get to highlight is Oregon State, with some more soccer players who went on to do some great things. Robbie Findley is a 2014 Topps MLS at Oregon State. Robbie was a 4-time All-Pac-10 player, finished 4th in program history with 28 goals, played 12 years as a pro, 7 seasons in MLS, won a MLS title with Real Salt Lake, made 11 appearances with the U.S. national team, and was a starter on the 2010 U.S. World Cup team. Also at Oregon State, Ryan Johnson. This is a 2013 Topps MLS card, 4-time All-Pac-10 player at OSU, still the school's all-time leader in assists with 30. He played 15 years professionally, 7 in MLS, made 36 appearances for the Jamaican national team. Good just between him and Robbie Findley, that was a pretty high-powered Oregon State attack that I got to watch. And then over on the women's side for Oregon State, we have Jody Taylor. It's a 2021 Parkside NWSL. Just unbelievable goal scorer at Oregon State, four-time All Pac-10 first team, school's all-time leader in goals with 47. She just retired in 2023 after a very long professional career. Um, Played in the NWSL and number of places overseas. But for England's national team, 51 appearances and 19 goals. Played in the 2015 and 2019 World Cups. Won the Golden Boot at the UEFA Women's Euro in 2017. And that takes us to my last stop at Pepperdine, where thankfully I got to work with a lot of great athletes. And one of the most prominent, Lynn Williams. This is a 2023 Parkside U.S. Women's National Team One Nation, One Team NWSL set. Lynn, Pepperdine's first ever first team All-American, 39 goals and 24 assists in her career. Just unbelievable athlete. It was so fun to watch her play. And then to see what she's gone on to do nationally and internationally. She was a 2016 NWSL MVP, has won 4 NWSL championships, the NWSL all-time leading goal scorer, also a 2-time Olympian, winning bronze in 2020 and a gold in 2024, has had 73 caps and 20 goals with the U.S. women's national team and still playing with them. So those totals sure to still rise. Another great Pepperdine player who went on to the NWSL, Brie Vasali, the 2022 Parkside NWSL card, 2017 All-American and the WCC Player of the Year. Scored 14 goals that season and led the Waves to the WCC title there in 2017. Just an absolute bulldog. Just wheeled that team to a league title. Played really well in England, came back, played a few seasons with the Houston Dash in the NWSL. And we have Joelle Anderson, the 2022 Parkside NWSL card. 5 times All West Coast Conference, thanks to an extra year due to COVID. Among the all-time leaders with 35 goals and 24 assists. Just such a graceful player, so good on the ball. She began her pro career at the Houston Dash and then joined her hometown Bay FC in 2024. On to basketball with Pepperdine. I don't know how just discovered this card existed, or else I would have purchased one long ago. But Colby Ross, 21-22 Panini Prism draft picks. Now, wasn't drafted, but man, incredible player at Pepperdine. First player in NCAA Division I men's basketball history with 2,200 points, 800 assists, and 400 rebounds in a career. Just so much fun watching him play for 4 years. Just he was so good. And finished as the program's all-time leader in points and assists and ranked second all-time in the West Coast Conference in assists. Although this is a draft picks card, he wasn't drafted, but has gone on to some great success in Europe, playing in Czech Republic, Italy, and Montenegro. He was the MVP of the Liga Basket Serie A in Italy in 22-23, and fun to still follow what he's doing overseas, and hopefully someday he does get a chance here in the NBA. After about 17 years as a Division I basketball SID, finally a player that I worked with was drafted into the NBA, and that's Kessler Edwards. This is a 23-24 Panini Donruss Optic. Kessler, 1,200 plus points in 3 seasons at Pepperdine, made the All-WCC first team as a junior, and then turned pro. Was picked by the Brooklyn Nets in the second round of the 2021 NBA draft. Played for the Nets and then the Sacramento Kings, and he's now with the Dallas Mavericks. And then, not long after, another player from Pepperdine who was taken in the NBA draft, Maxwell Lewis. This is a 23-24 Panini Donruss. Turned pro after his sophomore season where he was all WCC second team and averaged 16 points. I had actually left by then, so I wasn't there when he was drafted, but did have a chance to work with him before he left. He was taken in the second round of the 2023 NBA draft by the LA Lakers. And that brings us to golf. I already showed the Danielle Kang card, but let me tell you about Danielle. This is 2024 Upper Deck. Played parts of 2 seasons at Pepperdine before turning pro. Was an All-American both years. She won both the 2010 and 2011 U.S. Women's Amateur. She's won 6 times on the LPGA Tour, including the 2017 Women's PGA Championship, and competed at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. And we'll wrap it up with this card of Saif Igala. Though actually, this is the one that came in the Upper Deck blaster pack that I purchased this summer, but I went and found another one of his that I really liked. This 2021 Upper Deck Goodwin Champions. Saif, unanimous National Player of the Year in 2020, led Pepperdine to a #1 ranking that year. Unfortunately, that season was cut short due to COVID, but he left as a 3-time All-American, setting a lot of school records. And currently, he is one of the top 10, top 15 players in the world. Won the 2023 Fortinet Championship. Tied for 9th at the 2023 Masters. That's his best finish at a major. Played in the President's Cup for the U.S. in 2024, and just a world-class athlete, just a world-class guy. So really enjoyed working with him, and a few other golfers that I've had a chance to work with that are now on the PGA Tour, and hopefully there's a card of them here at someday too. I'd love to add them to the collection if I get the chance. So I think that's 23 people for a frame that is only fits 20. So I'm afraid not everyone's going to make the cut, but that is we're going to find a way to do that now and put this together and come back with the frame and show you that. And here is the final product, 20 cards that I am going to be very proud to put on my wall. I had a long and enjoyable career in sports. And as you can see, got to work with a lot of phenomenal athletes over that time. So this has been a pretty cool project to collect and put together. So I enjoyed it, and you go watch this far, well, appreciate you spending this time with me as I can walk down memory lane through my sports career and what I got to do with promoting all these great athletes over about a 25-year span. So that's it for this video. Appreciate you tuning in. If you wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.